Hello everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Phoenix Draconis coming with you with another toy review video. As you can see on the screen, we are focusing on Transformers Robot Enhanced Design Optimus Primal from Transformers Beast Wars. And when I first saw him in the reveals, I think this was at PulseCon, I went ahead and just did a pre-order of them. Now, of course, they also had at that time the reformatting version of Megatron. I didn't get that one. I don't know, for some reason it just didn't speak to me. Sorry. But you know what? Moving on. We are focusing on this boss monkey over here, and take a look at that packaging. Man, oh man, I just love the artwork they put on there. So in addition, you also see his accessories, which are another pair of hands and his swords. And on the back you see his product shots, which showcase him with both swords interconnected, with him holding both swords, a close-up of his face, his forearm blasters, and another look of his face. So let's go ahead and take one final look at that artwork there. Just loving that artwork. All right, and without any further ado, let's go ahead and get him cracked open. All right, folks, there he is out of his packaging and posed and ready for battle, as you can tell by his position here. And he is not a bad figure. He's stiff in certain areas, and I will get to those once we get to him. But there are some issues, but I don't want to address them right off the bat. Let's go ahead and take a look at what he does have. Now, as you can tell, he does have two of these swords, one of which he's holding, and I do see some really great looking paint applications and on here. Now, as you notice in the package illustrations, he's got two of these naturally, and they do go together. However, I kind of wish they kind of attach, even though it does attach here, I wish they attached opposite ends, so it kind of like, you know, curves on one end and then on the opposite end, sort of like a boomerang in a way. When he throws it, it'll just spin, but it just has them on a mirror image of each of the swords. So not bad. I like it. You know, really good molded detail. A lot of good molded detail on this. Very, very nice. In addition, he does have an alternate hand which he can use to grasp the swords. Though this is a very tight mold, and you're able to just pop off the hand and just put it on there. This is his other fist that he came posed in the box already. But, you know, in preparation for this video, I went ahead and just switched it out. As you can tell, he's holding his sword on here. Very, very nice. I also had one of his forearm turrets, you know, already out and ready to blast away. Now, of course, in addition to that, he also has his backpack, and this was kind of loose when I pulled him out of the box, so it does come off naturally, and it does peg on with this little peg right there, as you can see, and there's a little peg hole right there, so you just pop that on there. And of course, he does have his shoulder cannons that just flip around like so. And there you go, he's got that going on there. Now, of course, I did go ahead and leave his interior schematics out. And very, very nicely, illustration shows, you know, a forward view of Primal. In addition, you do see some illustrations on his weapons, his arms, how they peg in with each other. Very nice. And it does show this on the side as well. So very, very nice. Get that out of the way. And like I said, you know, it's not too bad. Now, of course, I did say that there was going to be some issues that I'm going to go ahead and address. So give me a moment. I'm going to readjust my camera so we have a more vertical look, so I can be able to show this without any problems. So give me a moment. Okay, so as you can tell right off the bat, since we are zooming in, you're going to see his face sculpt. Now, it is like he appeared in Beast Wars. The only problem is, at least in my personal opinion, it's just too dark. The face blends in with his helmet, but at the same time, if the light was not hitting it, the faceplate that you see that covers his chin and across his nose basically is just too dark. Like I said, if the light wasn't hitting it, you know, that is what you'll notice, that it is too dark. Now, of course, I can always go ahead and turn that off, and there you go. See what I'm talking about? Not to mention, the eyes are really dark red. See, if the light was not hitting it, you would not even, you pretty much would be wondering, where the hell is his eyes? And I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, for those of you that saw the illustration of him earlier, I'm gonna try and zoom out just a bit. You will see that there is, that the faceplate was not as dark as it shows on his face now. So that is one little nitpick that I've got. Now, of course, as experience has taught me, there is some stiffness in some of the joints here. The forearms here, or I should say, he's got, Jesus Christ, this is stiff as hell. Yeah, there we go. And you have to push in while you are pushing the arm in, and that is, yeah. Now, he does have upper bicep rotation. His arms can go up past 90 degrees. He does have a double jointed elbow here, so he can go past 90 degrees. He does have wrist rotation. Now, his hands are, especially his holding hands, are static. They do not open up or they're not hinged or anything. So putting this sword in originally was a pain in the ass. I literally had to just go ahead and, with my own teeth, had to pull the last digit or two a little bit open in order for me to try and get this sword in there. So you will get that issue. In addition, he does have his little forearm blasters, which can go in, and there, I don't know if you can see it, there's like a little tab you just push up, and you push up enough to where this little section opens up enough to where you can pull the rest of the way, and there you go, you expose his forearms. Now, at the same time, he does have shoulder. His arms can go up and down. I was going to mention something about his shoulder pads here. I do want to say he does have a type of butterfly joint, but man, oh man, it is kind of loose, so it's scary as hell. Now, he can look up. His head is on a ball joint. Can look up, he can look down. His head can, go back and forth like so, like a chicken. There's His head can go 360, exorcist, and can look right, can look left, all the way around. Now, of course, like I said, he's got that backpack, and earlier you saw, you know, his shoulder cannons can flip around like it did in the original series. Now, he does have waist rotation right there, and of course he can kick up, but only so far. He can kick back, and he does have a double jointed knee, so you can get him to kick his own back. And ooh, there we go. Now he does have a little bit of ankle rotation. He can kick back, he can kick up. He does have a toe tilt, I mean a back heel spur that goes back, and there goes his backpack. And we got put that upside down, that's my fault. There we go. And he's got the little thrusters in the back there, some really good molded detail. I wonder, yes, he does have his chest. Now, of course it doesn't show off like any type of internal mechanism, but he does have that. Let's put that back in there. And there we go. So, yeah, that is him in a nutshell. Very nice, like I said, you know, not a bad looking figure. You know, there are just some minor annoyances, you know, and I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, not too bad. It's just that yeah, you know, not too bad. It's just those little minor annoyances that collectors like myself will gripe about, unfortunately. But I'm going to go ahead and bring out a couple of other figures, and we'll do some size comparisons as well as some detail comparisons. So give me a moment, I'll be right back. Alright, so here we have R.E.D. Optimus Primal with Kingdom Optimus Primal, and you can tell that they have a lot of differences that are night and day, and right off the bat. Now, of course, it's more than just having the third-party add-on kit to Kingdom Primal, but it's also the color scheme. Now, I do know there is the Netflix version that gives him a little bit more darker color on him, which is good in certain respects, but I do believe that they themselves had not made the face mask that dark, at least not to my own memory. I may be wrong, but you can see the differences right there. His is much more lighter color. Of course, there's certain paint applications that were not added on there, like in the hydraulics here. And of course, you know, much more darker red. Like I said, this variation is a lot darker than this one, but all in all, it is a good one. This version's a little bit taller than the Kingdom version, but nonetheless, it's not bad, especially for, you know, for just a posable figure. You know, they tried to go ahead and make him look as close to what the character looked like, but I mean, like I said, you know, what I'm gonna say is true, and for anyone that wants to go ahead and, you know, say otherwise, leave it in the comment section. But nonetheless, his face was definitely not that dark. You know, his faceplate, I should say, was not that dark. His eyes were not that dark of a red. But again, I could be wrong. I can always rewatch it and, you know, put a comment about it later on. But again, this is my own personal opinion. You know, so we're gonna tell. I'm gonna pull out one more figure to do a side-by-side comparison with another red figure. So I will be right back. Okay, now we have Primal with R.E.D. Cheetor, and they almost stand toe-to-toe, though of course in the original Beast Wars cartoon, you know, Cheetor was a little bit smaller than Primal. I'm just saying. So that's one of the drawbacks with the red line is scale. Whereas a lot of what Hasbro has done with the regular line, they try to go ahead and keep them to scale in a way. You know, meaning that certain figures will be a little bit shorter, some will be a little bit taller, so forth and so on. And especially in robot mode and of course in vehicle mode also. So that's the one drawback that I've noticed with the red line, is that scale is pretty much thrown out the window. But all in all, I do like this figure. That's one of the reasons why I got him to originally, was because of my fondness for Beast Wars, in addition to G1. On a scale of 1 through 10, let me go ahead and give this an 8. And it's mostly because certain joints, like in the arms, I'm afraid that if I twist it the wrong way, I'm going to wind up popping it off. Also, the color applications pretty much just is not working with me. It's too dark in my personal opinion, you know, and I think they dropped the ball on that one. Also, another thing is that this back piece over here, I know that it's gonna fall off again. It's happened to me already twice during the course of the filming of this video, when taking them out of the box, and then when, you know, getting him set up to film. So that was another issue. Also, the weapons, I should say the holding hands basically are not opened up wide enough to allow the weapons to slide in comfortably. So that's another reason why I'm giving him an 8. So, but other than that, that is it. That is my opinion on the character, or not on the character, but on the figure, as well as my score for it. So I'd like to go ahead and ask you all, do you have, were you able to get this one? I wound up getting him through Hasbro Pulse. I wound up, like I said previously, yeah, I think he appeared, if memory serves me right, during PulseCon, and I just wound up doing a pre-order for him. It was either PulseCon or the last FanFirst event that they had him on. So, but either way, they had him on pre-order. I went ahead and pre-ordered him, and I just got him in about, shoot, maybe a week or two ago, and I'm just now filming this. So more than likely when you see this video, it will be after Christmas. So, and with the new year coming up, I do need to go ahead and see, at least do my top 10 of 2021. So that may take me about a month to look through all that and see which ones I'm going to go ahead and pick. Now, I'm just going to limit those to my own personal collection, my own personal preference, and to what I have already. So, you know, if anyone who watches my videos, if you want to put in your 2 cents worth and just make a suggestion as to, from what I've reviewed previously over the past year, which ones would be good for that top 10. Leave it in the comment section down below. So, let's see here. Oh, my question to you all. Were you able to pick this up when it was available? Or I haven't seen it out in the open market in retail yet. So if you were able to pick it up, you know, do you have them? Do you like them? Do you hate them? Leave me a comment in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe to my channel. Click onto the bell icon so you can be notified when new videos pop up. Now I'd like to go ahead, before I go ahead and say my usual farewell, I'd like to wish everyone a joyful, safe, and a successful 2022. This is Phoenix Draconis, and I will catch you all on the flip side. Peace.